Over the past year, cyber attacks have become faster, more widespread, and harder to detect.
Lawmakers getting insights from industry leaders about security issues presented by today's rapidly advancing technology. To talk more about the steps Google is taking to protect security, let's bring in Google's Vice President of Privacy, Safety, and Security Engineering, Royal Hansen, who also testified this past week on Capitol Hill. Thank you so much for being with us, sir.
Thank you for having me just before Christmas here.
Of course. Merry Christmas to you. So you made the case in this hearing this week that basically old technology presents a vulnerability for the country. But you have these Fox polls showing the majority of people, 80%, are worried about going too quickly to pursue AI. Only 20% prefer rapid development to stay ahead of China. And the Democrats seem to be latching on to that 20% camp. Listen to what Bernie Sanders said this week.
Needless to say, there is a whole lot about AI and robotics that needs to be discussed, needs to be analyzed. But one thing is for sure, this process is moving very, very quickly, and we need to slow it down.
Is it even possible to slow down AI when all these other countries are already off to the races?
It's really the right question, and this idea of being responsible as we invest and develop AI, because there's a lot of upside to using AI well, whether it's in energy production or healthcare or science. But in cybersecurity, it's an area where we need to keep people safe, help people learn to use AI well at the same time.
The president's crypto czar put it this way this week. Listen here.
AI is driving the economy right now. We had a 4% GDP growth rate last quarter. Almost half of that was related to AI. It would be a really bad idea to stop progress because we don't control that. The progress is inevitable. The question is whether the United States is going to win or whether China is going to win.
It's a really significant statement that almost half of the GDP growth is coming from the AI industry. But so much of AI relies on energy. Is the U.S. equipped to win on that front right now?
Yeah, it's a great question. And I was with the Department of Energy Secretary Wright this week as part of this Genesis mission, which I think is a great example of that intersection between AI and energy. You have the national labs, which are some of the best scientists on the planet. If we can work with AI and technologies like quantum as it comes available to solve some of these energy problems, it actually can become a really nice virtuous cycle where we improve science, we improve energy, and we as American innovation win.
To your point on this Genesis mission, you have these companies this week, Microsoft, Google, NVIDIA, AWS, Oracle, IBM, Intel, OpenAI, Anthropic, and xAI, all signing up basically for this partnership. It's meant to strengthen U.S. energy and security and reduce reliance on foreign technology. What kind of applications are we going to see coming next?
It's a great question. And starting with energy, I think, will be one of the big focus areas. But health, science, I have a son who's been sick for 5 years, and he's incredibly inspired by the advances we see in health and technology. In cybersecurity, while the attackers are definitely using AI, we're actually building tools, and this would be another one of these examples with the Genesis mission, is to improve cybersecurity and make life easier for the defenders. In the same way that Waymo is a self-driving car, you can imagine a world where we've got self-defending applications, websites, technology that scale against the attacks that we see.
It's so fascinating to talk to you. Thank you very much, Royal Hansen, for coming on the Sunday briefing this morning. I hope to talk to you again soon, sir.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.